Consumer Reports investigation is sounding the alarm about synthetic braiding hair. It's something used by a whole lot of people, especially the black population, including children.
Our Nydia Hahn joins us now with the concerning findings. Nydia.
Yeah, concerning is right. Testing found potentially dangerous chemicals, including cancer-causing substances, in 100% of the hair samples. We break down the investigation results and have tips on how to stay safe.
I like to wear braids because it saves me time in the morning. They're convenient. You can just style it and just go.
Now, a new investigation by Consumer Reports is raising alarming questions about the safety of synthetic braiding hair. 10 popular synthetic braiding hair products were tested. The results are troubling. Every sample contained carcinogens, chemicals that may cause cancer.
3 of the samples tested positive for benzene, a carcinogen that is highly regulated and discouraged for use in laboratories because of the potential to cause cancer.
James Rogers, who led CR's synthetic hair testing, says testing found lead in 90% of the products.
There is no safe levels of lead. Our risk assessments and exposure models indicate that for users of these 9 products, they could be exposed to concerning levels of lead over time.
The risks don't stop there. When the hair is dipped in hot water during installation, a standard practice, it releases volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, that can irritate eyes, throat, and lungs. CR contacted all the brands for comment. Only 2, 𝐮 and Magic Fingers, responded, both disagreeing with CR's test methodology. Hair Zone 𝐮 said, "We unequivocally stand by the safety of 𝐮 products, and our company urges consumers to continue to confidently use 𝐮 products." Magic Fingers said, "We strongly stand by the safety of our products and the quality materials used to make them." If you use synthetic braids or if you install them, experts recommend the following safety precautions to reduce risks. Check for product recalls, read labels carefully, and limit how long you wear the style. And if you've experienced reactions to synthetic braiding hair, Consumer Reports recommends talking to your doctor and consider filing a report with the FDA. A very important investigation, guys. Back to you.
Okay, Nydia, thank you. Some good information there.
There is a new health warning this morning about synthetic hair used in popular protective styles like braids and extensions.
For many black women, braiding with synthetic hair extensions isn't just about style. It's a go-to for protecting and growing their hair. But a new study from Consumer Reports is raising serious concerns. They found 10 products contained ingredients that can cause cancer, and most of these also contained lead.
NBC News Daily anchor 𝐮𝐞 𝐋𝐨𝐫𝐬 is here with more. 𝐮𝐞, good morning. So this is a pretty alarming report. Walk us through what researchers found and why it's such a big concern.
Hey, good morning, Joe and Savannah. So alarming really is the right word. As you mentioned, they looked at 10 different products from multiple companies, and the findings were that 100% of these products contained carcinogens. Of course, carcinogens have the potential to cause cancer. 9 out of 10 contained lead, and all of them, 100%, contained VOCs, or volatile organic compounds. All of those, of course, known to potentially cause and have harmful health effects. If we put that in context, just look at the state of California. That means that 9 out of 10 of these products exceeded California's maximum recommendations for allowed lead by 600%. Notably, synthetic hair is not regulated by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and that is what this report now has many calling for. We reached out to the Environmental Working Group. They're a health, research, and advocacy organization. They said in part that while most of these products are below the FDA standard for lead contamination, when possible, of course, exposure to lead should be avoided. They went on to say that there really is no safe level of exposure to these chemicals, to these compounds. And this matters because, as you said, braids are often considered a protective hairstyle. We say protective because they can be worn for weeks at a time. They're often used to prevent breakage, to avoid heat styling and excessive manipulation. And so this really has many in the community asking, if these are protective, then why are these harmful chemicals in so many products, guys?
It really is crazy because there's also concern about hair dye potentially being cancer-causing. NBC News just did a big investigation on that. It's very wild when you think about it that none of it's regulated by anybody, not the FDA. What are women who use these products telling you?
Yeah, it's not just hair dye, right? We've talked about hair relaxers as well. Many of these products predominantly used by women of color, Black women. One of them is Crystal Thomas. She said that she decided to get braids for the first time in a decade, and then her symptoms started.
As I kept smelling this, my throat tightened up. It felt very dry, and I noticed my hair was itching, and it was just difficult to breathe overall. After a week of continuous washing, I said, seeing that the smell didn't go away, I said, you know what, I'm getting rid of these. As consumers, we implicitly want to believe that the products we purchase are safe. That's not always the case.
Now, notably, Crystal Thomas says she has only used synthetic hair for braiding. She's never tried human hair, and her concern is that this is not an anomaly. And so she's hoping that more products will be tested. Of course, Consumer Reports looked at 10 products, but there are a whole lot more on the market. We reached out to all of the companies that were named by Consumer Reports. We did not immediately hear back, but in a statement prior, 𝐓𝐡𝐞, which is the brand that Crystal Thomas used, told Consumer Reports in part that they manufacture the 𝐓𝐞 fibers that are used in hair products, but not the final products. They also said they need more information to analyze that complaint. And just generally, I think everybody is hoping to get a little more information about just what goes into these hair products.
And Consumer Reports is asking the FDA to investigate very quickly what happens next.
Yeah, so Consumer Reports actually has launched a petition urging the FDA for stricter regulations on synthetic hair fibers. Right now, as I mentioned, those do not exist. Of course, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy just instated last month, so it remains to be seen what his stance will be around some of these issues, but a lot are pushing and hoping for change, guys.
All right, 𝐮𝐞, thank you so much.
Good to have you with.
I pray the Most High bless this lesson. I pray the Most High let his message go forth and reach those of the elect. And I give all honor to the Most High Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rahakodesh. Death by weaves. Weaves of death. So let's get into it. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 8 to 15. This is Paul speaking, will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. Verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. That is, that does not cause sexual attention, with shamefacedness, which means through the idea of downcast eyes, having respect and being bashful, and sobriety, which is self-control, not with broided hair, which are braided hair or weaved together. That's actually what broided hair means, or gold or pearls or costly array or costly clothing. You got to get the point. Not with broided hair, not with braided hair and weaved together. Verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works, let the woman learn in silence and quietness and peaceable with all subjection, that is, obedience, the act of subjecting or subordination. But we know the women won't listen today. But our women and men prefer to do what? The wrong thing. They prefer to insert fake hair in their heads, and some of these men probably on their beards, or put other nationalities' hair as weaves that have been offered to their false gods in their heads, as well as using unnatural colors in their hair. Knowingly or not, these black women are actively fighting against the Lord. And we're going to see how that is. We're going to take a look at Isaiah chapter 3, verses 12 to 17. This is a warning to women from the Lord. Verse 12, as for my people, the Lord's people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. You see, the children are such demons today, disobedient, out here wilding out all over the planet on drugs and alcohol, carrying around illegal, unlicensed weapons, killing each other. See, those are those children that are oppressors, and their mothers rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. That's all these Christian pastors, Muslim imams, and Catholic priests. And destroy the way of thy path, the right path we're supposed to be on. 13. The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, standeth up to plead, to judge that is, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, the older of his people, and the princes, the leaders thereof. Those that are younger. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor, which are the Israelites, is in your houses, within these religious leaders' houses, some of them being some of the ancient of his people. 15. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, that is the Israelites, saith the Lord God of hosts, the Lord God of the armies, the heavenly host. Verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion, the daughters of Israel, are haughty, that is, having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities. And in this case, they've been worshiping their ass. They always flaunting their ass, taking ass shots. I call it lamb A and lamb T. Look at my ass and look at my tits. And they walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. What are wanton eyes? Having or showing excessive or offensive sexual desire, walking and mincing as they, what is mincing? As they go. To behave in a flirtatious way or to try to attract attention by pretending to be sexually interested in someone. And it's done by women all the time. And making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord, notice that that is not all caps, because we're talking about Yahushai, will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, the daughters of Jerusalem, the daughters of Israel, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. So here's some examples. And it's these celebrities, these influencers out here, these name recognizers that you recognize their name, that are out here influencing our people to do these wicked, evil things. Blonde hair upon our head is a plague. Blonde hair upon the head of an Israelite is a plague. And then we have the nerve to have hair unnaturally long, excessively long, that is just, it just looks ridiculous, like a clown. And you're also in immodest attire. You see, you wearing carcinogenic hair and you're in immodest attire. And you're being corrected. Now with this news that these synthetic weaves have lead in it and it can kill you, now you're being judged. Now you're being judged, black women that are doing these things. And there's a certain spirit that comes along with this, okay? There's a spirit that comes along with all this coloring of the hair, the weaving of the hair, the braiding of the hair, this crazy lengths, the crazy colors. There's a spirit that comes with it. This carcinogenic hair is going to be the end of many so-called black women because they will not obey the laws of the Lord. They will not correct themselves, will not accept correction, don't want to even hear correction. But we're here to give it to you whether you like it, understand it, or not. I mean, just look at these examples. Now, you people, you love these people, and they don't know you, you don't know them, but you have the nerve to say you love them. And they're just filling you with sin and things that are going to eventually kill you, the things that are killing you slowly. And this is what you're all about. You just got to have it. You say that this is beauty. Having braids in your hair, fake eyelashes, fake eyebrows, long excessive length fingernails, tattoos has nothing to do with beauty. It's not beautiful. Has nothing to do with beauty. And you got to stop wanting to show your ass. Stop trying to be an ass. You got to stop it. It has to stop. Because this carcinogenic hair and your immodest attire is going to get you destroyed by the Lord. And in fact, by 𝐓𝐡𝐞 himself, whom the word he calls the J word. You know, these people go on these red carpets, appear in public, and then you want to cop their style. You want to wear some of the same mess that they wear. And guess what? They're going to face consequences, and you're going to face consequences. Here it is, folks. The Bible's a true book. This is the example of those wanton eyes. These women are dizzy. They're really upside down. Here's even more. More of your celebrities that are misguiding you, misleading you. Okay, some of these might not even be Israelites. Some of them may appear to be Israelites. Some of them involved in degenerate behavior, involving that Lord gonna burn them quacks agenda. And some of them just look like they're black, and you accept them so-called black because they have brown skin, when some of these people are not your people. Like they say, all skin folk are not kinfolk. Think about it. This is nothing more than the carcinogenic hair of these name recognizers, these celebrities. There's more. I mean, it's just all over the place. They do it, and then the general public does it. People who barely have enough to survive, women that have barely enough to survive, will go out and get a weave in their head, put fake eyelashes on their eyes, paint on their eyebrows, try to wear revealing, tight clothing that is immodest attire. And these people, like I said, are going to face the consequences of what they've done for their false influence. And so are the people that are following behind them. There won't be smiles in that day when they're getting judged. There won't be any smiles in this day. Again, blonde hair is a plague upon the head. Blonde is yellow, or gold, as they like to try to say for these Europeans, and it is a plague upon the head. Look at Leviticus chapter 13, and it talks all about it. Got to stop following behind these people. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So this is the final scripture, the conclusion of the matter. Ecclesiastes 12 verses 1 and then 4 and 5. The warning of the Most High's judgment of women in music, because a lot of this is done through music and the actors and the actresses. Remember thou thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. And the evil days are spinning up every single day. We're advancing towards the end. Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Verse 4. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So what does that word music mean? It means songstress, your religious song, like your so-called gospel music. We're talking about that. And what about the lyric song? That's your so-called rap music, ruining all people music. Shall be brought low. Brought low means you're going to be humbled, weakened, and you'll be made to bow down. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, because the Lord is going to pass this judgment, and fear shall be in the way, because you're going to fear in that day, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, which is the grave, and the mourners go about the streets. You got to leave this weave thing alone. You're not the way the Lord made you. You need to be happy with that. You need to be content. You know, you got your elected officials that they want to, and your celebrities want to change their hair every single day to something different because they have the financial resources to do so, but it's not the thing to do for our people. It's not. And there's a reason why you're doing it, because you're fighting against the Lord, as we saw in Isaiah chapter 4. The Lord smit you with a scab upon the head, and you don't like it, and you think you're going to go about and do something to undo what the Lord has done. You want to get different boobies. You want to get what they BBL. You want to get your so-called Brazilian butt lift, but what you really need is blessed Bible lessons. That's the only BBL you need. Stop all this fakery. You got most women out here are more fake, and yet they want a real man. The man wants a real woman. How about that? So let's get ourselves together, ladies. Get yourselves together before that carcinogen that's in that horrible synthetic weave that has lead in it destroys you. I'll leave you in the most capable hands of Most High Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushua.